Good morning, everyone. Last time we have explained about the first three type of fishery byproducts such as fish meal, fish flour, and fish liver oil. Today we are going to explain the remaining fishery byproducts starting with first, that is isinglass. Isinglass is a pure gelatinous substance produced from the air bladder or the swim bladder of the certain species of the fishes such as perches, cyanids and polynymids, that is sturgeons, carps, catfishes, cod, hake, drums, flatfishes, etc. So these are some of the important species of the fishes, and the air bladder or the swim bladder of this variety of the fishes are used for the production of isinglass. So isinglass is a pure gelatinous substance produced from air bladder or the swim bladder of certain type of fishes, that is perches, cyanids and polynymids, and their examples are sturgeons, carps, catfishes, cod, hake, drums and the flatfishes. So these are some of the important variety of the fishes, and the air bladders of which are used for the manufacture of the isinglass. So while preparation of the isinglass, the air bladder is removed from the fish at first. The air bladder from the desired species of the fishes are removed from the fish. Air bladders are removed from the fish, washed to clear the blood, and the outermost layer is scraped off. The outermost layer of the air bladder is scraped off and the inner layer is cut open. Then the inner layer is cut open, washed in cold water and beaten on a piece of wood till flattened. That is uh, just the beating of the air bladder onto the wood will give a cake or pipe form of the isinglass. So while preparation or the manufacture of the isinglass, the air bladder of the certain variety of fishes, the air bladders of certain variety of fishes is removed from the fish, then washed to clear or to remove the blood. Then the outermost layer of the air bladder is scraped off or removed. Then the inner layer is cut open, washed in cold water. The inner layer of the air bladder is cut open, then washed in cold water and beaten on a piece of wood till get flattened, then dried in the sun and marketed. Isinglass is used chiefly for the clearing of the wines and the beers. So isinglass is used as a clearing agent. Isinglass material is used mainly for the clearing wines and the beers. That is a little paste of the isinglass is added to the wine and beers to settle down all suspended matter within a few hours, and the liquor is perfectly transparent. So while clearing the wine or the beers, the isinglass is used. So while the use of isinglass for the clearing of the wines, the procedure is a little paste of the isinglass is added to the wine or to the beer to settle down all suspended matter within few hours, and liquor is perfectly transparent. And also for making jellies. Isinglass is also used for making jellies. In India, the best isinglass are obtained from perches and Indian salmon. In India, the best isinglass is obtained from the fishes such as perches and Indian salmon. So this is about the isinglass. Then fish glue. It is prepared from the skin, fins and the bones. So these are the non-edible part. These are the non-edible parts or the materials of the fish which are used for the preparation of fish glue. So fish glue is prepared from the skin, fins and the bones which are washed, then ground and cooked in the steam jacketed vessel for 6 to 10 hours with a little acetic acid. The liquid is then separated and concentrated to form the fish glue. The fish glue is used as an adhesive for the bookbinding, labels, paper boxes, shoes and the furnitures as a gluing or the sticking substance. So fish glue is prepared from the skin, fin and bones which are first washed, then ground into powder, then is cooked in the steam jacketed vessel for 6 to 10 hours with a little quantity of acetic acid. The liquid is then separated and concentrated. The liquid is then separated and concentrated to form the fish glue. So the fish glue is used as an adhesive for book binding, labels, paper boxes, shoes and the furnitures, etc. So these are the different materials which can be prepared by using the fish glue as a gluing or adhesive or the sticking substance for the sticking of the books while the book binding, then labels, paper boxes, shoes and the furnitures, etc. So fish glue is a substance or the fishery byproduct prepared by using skin, fins or the bones. These are the non-edible materials obtained from the fish which is at first washed, then ground into a powder state, then cooked in a steam jacketed vessel for 6 to 10 hours with a little acetic acid. The liquid is then separated and concentrated to form the fish glue. So the fish glue is used as an adhesive substance for bookbinding, labels, paper boxes, shoes and the furnitures, etc. Then next fishery byproduct, that is fish manure. Fish manure is used in many places and is becoming more popular due to its high nutrient value. Three kinds of manure are produced from the fishes or the fishery organisms. So fish manure is a type of nitrogenous fertilizer. The fish manure is a type of nitrogenous fertilizer and is obtained from the variety of fishes or the fishery organisms. So fish manure is used in many places for the cultivation of the variety of crops, and it is becoming more popular due to its high nutrient value or high nitrogen contents. There are three types of fish manure. There are three types of manure are produced from the fishes, such as fish manure, prawn manure and fish guano. Fish manure, prawn manure and fish guano. So these are the three types of manures can be obtained from the fishes or the fishery organisms. So first we will explain about fish manure. Fish manure is prepared by drying the fish in the sun on the sea coast. Fish manure is Fish manure is prepared by drying. Fish manure is prepared just by drying the fish in the sun on the sea coast. When there is abundant supply of fish, when there is abundant or a rich supply of the fish or the spoiled fish brought to the shore which are unfit for the human consumption are simply spread along the beach and dried under the heat of the sun. The dried fish mixed with ash forms an ideal manure. Fish manure contains 5 to 7% nitrogen and the phosphate. The fishes which are mainly used to prepare the fish manure are the mackerels, sardines, etc. So the fish manure is prepared just by drying the fish in the sun on the sea beach. When there is abundant supply of the fish or when there is a large quantity of the spoiled fish which we used for the preparation of the fish meal. So it is prepared by just by drying the fish in the sun on the sea beach. When there is a abundant supply of the fish or when there is a abundant supply of the spoiled fish which is brought to the seashore, which are unfit for the human consumption, are simply spread onto the sea beach and dried directly under the heat of the sun. The dried fish then mixed with wood ash, forms an ideal manure. Fish manure contains 5 to 7% nitrogen and phosphate. Fish manure contains 5 to 7% nitrogen and phosphate. So these are the important plant nutrients which are supplied through the fish manure to the cultivated crops. The fishes which are mainly used to prepare the fish manure are Indian mackerels or the bangla, sardines, etc. Then second type of fish manure, that is a prawn manure. It is composed of head, tail and the body cells of the prawn. Prawn manure is mainly composed of head, tail and the body cell of the prawns. These are separated during the preparation of the prawn pulp. These are separated or removed while the preparation of the prawn pulp and form the waste. So the head, tail and the body cells of the prawns which are discarded are used for the production of the prawn manure. So while preparation of the prawn pulp, at the time of preparation of or the production of the prawn pulp, head, tail and the cells of the prawn are discarded or removed as a waste. So prawn manure contains 5 to 6% nitrogen, 3 to 4% phosphate and some lime. So the prawn manure mainly composed of head, tail and the body cell of the prawn which are separated during the preparation of the prawn pulp which forms the waste. So these waste are thus used for the production of the prawn manure. So prawn manure containing 5 to 6% nitrogen, 3 to 4% phosphate and some lime. Prawn manure contains 5 to 6% nitrogen, 3 to 4% phosphate and some lime. Then third type of manure or the fishery byproduct, that is fish guano. Fish guano is prepared from sardines on the Malabar coast. So mainly the sardines, that is fatty pieces such as sardines are usually used for the production of the fish guano along the Malabar coast. Fishes are cooked and pressed for the body oil in a fish oil factories. So fishes like sardine which are harvested from the Malabar coast, the fishes like sardines harvested from the Malabar coast which are at first cooked and pressed so as to obtain the body oil in a fish oil factories. The solid matter left forms the fish guano. So just after the removal of the body oil or the liver oil, so the entire oil contents of the body of the sardines are entire body of the fish like sardines are cooked so as to obtain the body oil from the sardines in the fish oil factories, and after the liberation or the removal of the body oil from the sardines, the solid matter left which will form or which is used, the solid matter left after screw pressing, after boiling of the sardine the body oils are liberated, which are then skimmed off or they removed from the surface of the water, and the solid boiled tissue is then screw pressed or dried and just used as a fish guano as a fertilizer. So the solid matter left after liberation or after removal of the body oils from the sardine, the solid matter left forms the fish guano. It contains 8 to 10% nitrogen and phosphates along with calcium. It contains 8 to 10% nitrogen and phosphates along with calcium. It is also called as fish cake. It is also called as fish cake. The fish guano mixed up with the soil, fish guano mixed up with the soil, and it is utilized by the plants quickly. The powder form of the fish manure, is known as fertilizer. The powder form of the fish manure is known as fertilizer, which is rich in protein. The fish fertilizer, that is fish manure, is rich in protein, nitrogen, calcium, and phosphate. The fish protein or the fish manure is rich in proteins, then nitrogen, calcium, and the phosphates. Then next fishery byproduct, that is a fish fin soup. Fish fin soup. Sharks, usually the shark fins have been a fancy or the important material for the preparation of the fin soup. So fish fin soup, shark fin are used. Shark fins have been a fancy for the preparation of the fin soup. So fish fin soup is obtained usually from the fins of the shark, which forms the important material or which are mainly used for the preparation of the fin soup. Shark fins are mainly used for the fin soup, or all the fins except the caudal fin are cut near the root. All fins except caudal fin are cut near the root, washed in the seawater, dusted with a mixture of wood ash and the lime, and dried in the sun or smoke. The cured product is crisp and brittle. Sharks are directly targeted for their fins. For example, Rhincodon species, or commonly called as basking shark, are caught and discarded as valueless, but nowadays these are specifically targeted for its fin, and fin soup cost about $100 in a Hong Kong restaurant. So fish fin soup is also the important fishery byproduct. It is derived from the fins of the shark, or fins of the shark are used for the preparation of the fin soup. All the fins except caudal fin, are cut near the root, washed in seawater, dusted with a mixture of wood ash and the lime. Dusted with, means the shark fins are cut near the root. Shark fins, except the caudal fin, are cut near the root, then washed in seawater, then dusted with a mixture of wood ash, then dusted with the mixture of wood ash and the lime, and then dried in the sun or smoked. The cured product or the dried fish fins, or the cured product of the fish fin after drying, is crisp and brittle. Sharks are directly targeted or harvested. Sharks are directly targeted or harvested for their fins. For example, Rhincodon species. Rhincodon species of the shark, like basking shark, is caught and discarded as valueless in old times, but nowadays is specifically targeted for its fins. Fin soup cost about $100 in Hong Kong restaurants. Then last fishery byproduct, that is lady's purse. Last fishery byproduct, lady's purse. The use of the fish skin by the man has been an age-old practice. The fish skin is in use even from the old times. In recent years, the skin of the larger fishes, such as sharks and rays, are tanned and marketed as an ornamental leather. The use of the skin of the fish by the man has been an age-old practice. In recent years, the skin of the larger fishes, such as sharks and rays, are tanned and marketed as ornamental leather. Shark leather has a characteristic grain of pleasing appearance. Shark leather or shark skin has a characteristic grain or the appearance of pleasing appearance. It is pliable, durable, and employed in the manufacture of the lady's purse. The shark skin or the leather has a characteristic grain or the property of pleasing appearance, and it is pliable, durable, and employed in the manufacture of the lady's purse, handbags, shoes, wallets, and the tobacco pouches. So these are the different commodities or things which can be prepared by using the shark leather. So shark leather, which is having characteristic property or the feature of pleasing appearance. It is pliable, durable, and employed in the manufacture of the lady's purse, handbags, shoes, wallets, and the tobacco pouches. The skin of the cod, salmon, halibut fishes are also tanned and made into leather. The skin of the codfish, salmons, halibut are also tanned and made into or transformed into the leather. They have attractive surface design. They have attractive surface design and can be dyed to any desired color. So the skin of the cod, salmon, and halibut fishes, the skin of cod, salmon, halibut fishes, the skin of cod, salmon, and halibut fishes are also tanned and transformed into leather. They have attractive surface designs and can be dyed or colored with any desired color. For tanning, the skins are removed from the flesh. For tanning, the skins are removed from the flesh, soaked in brine water for 24 hours. Then soaked skin are then drained, salted, and soaked again in a salt solution containing 10% hydrochloric acid. After draining, the surface is scraped with a sharp knife to remove the denticles or the scales. They are then limed, or the skin or the leather is then limed and tanned in the usual manner. So this is about the lady's purse. So the use of fish skin by the man has been age-old practice. In recent years, the skin of the larger fishes, such as sharks and rays, are tanned and marketed as ornamental leather, where shark leather has a characteristic grain or the feature of pleasing appearance. It is pliable, durable, and employed in the manufacture of the lady's purse, handbags, shoes, wallets, and the tobacco pouches. The skin of the cod, salmon, and halibut are also tanned and transformed into the leather. They have attractive surface design. They have attractive surface designs and can be dyed or colored with any desired color. For tanning, the skins are removed from fish. For tanning, the skins are removed from the fish or the flesh, then soaked or dipped in a brine water for 24 hours. Then soaked skin are then drained. Soaked skins are then salt soaked. Soaked skins are then drained, salted, and soaked again in a salt solution containing 10% hydrochloric acid. After draining, the surface is scraped off. After draining the skin or the shark leather, after draining the skin of the fish, the surface of the skin is scraped with a sharp knife to remove the denticles of the scales, and then they are limed and tanned in the usual manner to prepare the shark leather or the shark skin, which then can be used for the preparation of the lady's purse. So this is what about the fishery byproducts. So today with this we'll stop here, and the next time we'll continue the last topic from the fisheries, that is fish preservation techniques. Thank you.